dispelling all of that nonsense.
Dimes in at point guard. Stoudemire out there with Earl. Then there's Iman Shumpert. And it's Dalembert in at the 5 down low. That's Derek Fisher's 5 as we get going into the second half. Here's Burke. Almost, but it rolls out.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Early, the pass to Dimes. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game. That free throw good from Dimes.
At the line for 2.
Both free throws good from Dimes. Jazz trail by 3. Burke kicks to Favors, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
Well, that's how you send it. 2 hands and hammer it down.
For New York, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
At the line for 2.
So he gets them both. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Now, here's Burks. Guarded by Shumpert. Favors with the screen. Burke dishes to Favors. The 10-footer. Burke can't get it to go.
He's killing them with his poor shooting. The defense is more than willing to give him those shots now.
Dalembert passes to Dimes. On the wing, Shumpert. And it's off the back rim. No good.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Burks kicks to Burke. Nice ball movement by Utah. Now the feed to Burks. To tie. And Shumpert pulls it down.
And they've been off target now on 3 of the first 4 shots they've taken in this second half.
Nobody has been better at clogging the passing lanes than this group, who are the tops in the league in steals since the All-Star break. And here you look at Dimes. Such quick hands. Second in the NBA.
You know, Kevin, sometimes players fade out after the All-Star break. They start cruising a little bit, but not so with him. I mean, he's working just as hard on defense now as he was earlier in the season, and you can see it starting to pay off.
Burks kicks to Favors. It's stolen by Dalembert. Here's Dimes. Burke covering. That's good. 33 points for Dimes.
Boy, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
Cantor kicks to Burke. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Favors. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Samuel Dalembert picks one up. That free throw, no good. So he comes up empty, missing both. The Knicks leading by 7. Screen by Dalembert. Outside Shumpert. Takes the 3, and that one's good. Shumpert's got his second bucket tonight.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
56.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Yeah, during that break, the head coach of the Jazz had some words for his team. He told them to always have their eyes up, always be looking for passing lanes and ways to get the ball into the low post. That was the brunt of his message. He also wants his players putting pressure on the defense with early offense, lots of shots, and an aggressive approach in general whenever they've got the ball. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick.
Thanks a lot, Doris. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. The dish to Shumpert. Stoudemire, right side. Passes it to Early. Out to the wing. And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. And Utah making a change here. Hood's checked in. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Here's Dimes, and stolen by Favors. And now running up the court, Hayward's pushing it up. Here's Burks. It's rebounded by New York. They've led by as much as 10. Last time they met was in Utah where they beat the Jazz.
And in that matchup, it was a very close game, but it boiled down to foul trouble. And I thought that was the key because a lot of those starters had to go to the bench.
Jazz trailed by 10. Hood kicks to Favors. Now Hayward. He's got 6. Here's Cantor, and he gets it to go. Cantor's got 6. Here's Dimes. Stoudemire, the screen. Favors brings the double. And the Knicks with possession here. Stoudemire, the pass to Dimes. Out to Shumpert. Clock is at 3. Here's Dimes. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Cantor kicks to Favors. Dishes it to Cantor. He feeds it to Hayward. Fires for 3. The shot is off. So New York will take it the other way. Here's Dimes. And powered down. The jam. Mark, some serious agility coming out of the backcourt.
You know, that bucket might count for a little more than 2 points when he finishes with that kind of flourish.
Yeah, against a D that was already reeling a little bit. That was like a body blow.
Pass to Hood. And here's Burks. 8 points for him. Fires top of the key. And the rejection by Stoudemire. Here's Dimes. Rebounded by the Jazz. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. And that's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them.
No question, a lot of fans will be focused on that matchup for Brooklyn.
And the Knicks with possession. They're on a 16-7 run.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Burks, the pass to Hood. He kicks it to Cantor. He dishes it to Burks. Lets it go from 14. And he knocks down the jumper. Burks has got 10.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
Stoudemire, the screen. Here's Dimes. Utah with the rebound. Cantor's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Hood kicks to Hayward. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession.
Well, right here, Kevin, we can get a look at New York and what kind of numbers they've put up these last 10 games. First in fewest turnovers a game. Third in scoring. And they're ranked 3rd in field goal shooting. This team has a lot of weapons, and guys are not afraid to share the ball to get good shots.
And what's most impressive out of all those numbers, Clark, is the few turnovers that they commit. Because now all of a sudden you're executing, you're putting a lot of pressure on the defense because they know they're not going to force a lot of steals and get out in transition to find easy points.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
Hood, the pass to Exum. Kicks it to Gobert. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense here from Dimes.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
How about some of the numbers for Gordon Hayward? His stats have been pretty good the last few weeks. You can see he's showing up as one of the premier performers in the league. He's averaging 11 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. I mean, we're finding his name in a lot of different columns in their box scores.
Yeah, and that's what they're looking for from him, Steve. He doesn't have to be the star, just somebody with solid contributions across a wide range of areas.
Here's Novak. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. It's getting late in the season. Let's see how the standings are out west. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time. Sitting in first place right now and not looking like they, are going to be slowing down at all. And, of course, Utah. Not really any threat right now as their record showing a lot more losses.
I think for the Jazz, they've really battled this year to avoid the same fate they suffered last season when things got pretty ugly.
Well, you always want to turn things around after a bad year. And I think that's what this club has done. I mean, they're not the most talented team in the league, but they've I think, performed admirably, and they've probably done exactly what they hoped to do when the season started.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
So it's the Knicks now. Here's Dimes. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And up on your screen now are the most dependable free throw shooters from the point guard position since the All-Star break. And here you look at Dimes. Deadly on the stripe. Someone you do not want to foul.
Well, if these guys can get to the line, there's not much question what the outcome's going to be. So it sort of prevents the defense from being as aggressive as they'd like to be against them.
That's exactly right. I mean, you'd rather dare them to make a shot than risk sending them to the stripe. That's almost free points for them. At least there's a chance they'll miss from the floor.
Gobert with the block. Now, here's Exum. He's got 11. To the paint, here's Booker, and the lead is down inside single digits.
Beautiful lead pass there. He let his teammate run right underneath it.
New York leading by 9. Here's Dimes. He has 40. The Dimes. Banked in off the glass. Dimes got 42 in the game.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Exum kicks to Clark, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
1:52 left in the third quarter. Dimes, the pass to Larkin. Here's Hollins. Gobert with the block. Out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it.
10 seconds on the shot.
And there's 1:45 left to play in the third. 6 on the shot clock. Hill passes to Dimes. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Jazz trail by 9. Clark dishes to Exum. Now the pass to Novak. Feeds it to Exum. Here's Clark. 6 points for him. Pass to Exum. They swipe it. And now the Knicks on the break.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that. Play.
Clark kicks to Gobert. And Hill with the block.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds.